David, let's talk about how Naoris delivers for its customers, because you've talked quite a bit about GovTech, you've talked about banking, but you've also talked about the mobile phone in my hand and whether I can trust all the apps there. Are you really a solution for everybody and all these different sectors, or are there certain ones that you're going to focus on, at least in the beginning?
Well, we're going to be, as we move into mainnet, we're going to be opening the SDK of Naoris Protocol in a public setting. So people will be able to create solutions for whatever objective they deem necessary in whatever process they need to, prove trust over, right? And that could be over infrastructure, over APIs, over applications, over data streams, over VPNs. It could be anything, right? Over signatures on a document, right? So yes, just like the Naoris Protocol is an infrastructure backbone for various tools to be used. So you can think about it kind of like a decentralized operating system of trust, where you can add your infrastructure into, and it benefits from all the others that may be doing different things, but they're all proving mathematically that everything else in the environment is in a trusted state, right? So this is made to be completely transversal. We have actually and this was through the introduction of some generals that we had working with us, etc., to a number of national strategic technology incubators around the world, from South Korea to Chile, Austria, and other countries, where we ended up being the winners of these technology incubators in many different use cases, from fintech to telecommunications to defense. And Naoris Protocol is a fundamental technology. So it can be applied into any process, into any use case, pretty much just like, for example, a Wi-Fi antenna or a processor, right? So it's easy for me to imagine that as chips are manufactured and mobile devices are made and applications are written, if you have the capability to fundamentally, in a trusted way, prove that everything that is operating is in a trusted state when it operates, and to prove each state when it interacts with each other, it's very hard for me to imagine that will not be adopted. It would be the equivalent of, say, no, I don't want to make an encrypted phone call. I want to keep my phone calls open, right? When you have the option.
Investment Club. Today, I consider it the best investment that I've ever made. We get 4 projects presented a week by their associated CEOs. Personally, I'm completely blown away by the quality of these projects, and I know of nowhere else where I would be given this same opportunity. Each week that passes, I feel more appreciative of the fact that I'm a member of this group. The vibe was just tremendous. Everybody's on the same wavelength. We just clicked. Everybody listened to each other, enjoyed their company. It was just magical. Take action. Don't take my word for it. Due diligence you need to do. And I really hope that someday down the road I see you in the club. It far exceeded expectations, without question.
So I would say it's even above that, because it's about trust, it's about resilience, and the only way to solve current problems is actually through trust and resilience, because those two things are massive gaps in everything that we do right now. That we were saying before, you really, if you think about it, can't really. There's no way for you to prove that anything you see anywhere is actually in a trusted state.
And it's going to get worse. And with the AIs and the deep fakes and everything, it seems like Naoris is coming at the perfect time. And speaking of that, your Naoris token, I believe, is coming live soon. Why do I need to own that token? Is that something I need to have in order to start using Naoris Protocol across any kind of system that I want to post-quantum proof?
Right. So, tell the truth, Brian, Naoris as a utility is going to be used across all the nodes for very different use cases. It's going to be used to pay or support the network, right? Just like gas. And we might have 20 different use cases or 200 different use cases that are what we call verge clusters. So blockchains within blockchains that have different rules. And they all achieve consensus independently. And they all use our token as fuel right? So you can look at it as a security credit that individuals all the way to Fortune 500 companies will need to buy to stay in a very secure state, or very highly resilient. And that can happen either directly through dollars or through the token. Of course, from a business perspective, there is some difficulty in dealing with tokens. So for companies, there is going to be a traditional mechanism that is similar to, for example, cloud services. But in the end, the token is in the background as well, because this is a decentralized Web3 based principle. So value comes, as I mentioned, from utility. And in this case, I think we have one of the biggest utility use cases where you're actually proving that something is in a safe state. So you're providing value through assurance or resilience or security or confidentiality or availability checks, right? To any other device in the world that's part of this decentralized infrastructure. And environments must hold Naoris to execute these transactions. So right now, just to give you an idea, there is just in the cybersecurity world, forgetting infrastructure operations, which is a lot more, which also has a lot to do with trust. But there's about $12 trillion that will be lost this year to cyber issues globally. And if you think about it, that would be probably the world's second or third biggest economy if that was a country. So we believe that through this, just imagine if every device on Earth would be needing Naoris to stay secure and be a node, we would be creating kind of like the world's security currency. We would be creating the world's most resilient backbone that you can imagine, and it will push our society to the next level. But yeah, that's what I would say. It's a necessity. So regulatory compliance, security. I think the demand for Naoris level validation, it just makes sense in general to exist.
And you mentioned that businesses will probably pay in dollars via, like they would for a cloud service. Will you take those revenues and then go in and buy and burn tokens? And will that kind of all go back into just token appreciation?
That's right. That's right. That's exactly one and provide value to the validators, the node holders that are providing the value to the network. Even for enterprise environments that, of course, cannot deal with tokens, they cannot keep tokens on their books. In the background, they're basically just kind of like, let's say, reserving tokens for their operations, even though tokens may not be used on their network. That's part of their licenses, etc.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.